Hey, it's Straturday. I might just put out 4 videos. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Try and make them a bit more bite-sized, chunky. So, I've got quite a lot of guitars, and I'm being quite picky with my definition of what a Strat is. I'm thinking that this is very much a Strat. Okay, it doesn't actually say Fender Stratocaster on it. So technically I've only got 2 Strats, because these are both Japanese Fender Stratocaster. They say Stratocaster on them, so they are Stratocaster. This one doesn't say Stratocaster on it. Yeah. So this is all original from the late 70s. It's got Alnico pickups in it. In saying that, what I mean is the one that doesn't have the fridge mat. They don't have magnets stuck to the outside, so I think that means they're Alnico. If I'm wrong, I will act on better information given it. But they're not normal pickups. So this to me was it's such a Stratty Strat, it's ridiculous. Like it's obviously a copy of is it a 69 or a 71 or something when they went to the bigger headstock. Headstock's not quite right, but it's got a bullet truss rod, and like a true Strat, what was sitting in position 2 there, which it doesn't have. So it's only got a 3-position switch. Neck, but you can Hendrix style just kind of put the switch between when it kind of catches, and then you get the middle. So there's the position 4. Middle position. And again, these pick up the original Strat wiring, so we've got a tone for the middle and the neck and nothing for the bridge. And the bridge on its own. Right, so what I've decided in the length of time I've been doing this video so far is I'm going to run through these, because I've not actually played it. Sometimes it's very obvious the difference between these things when you play one and then immediately pick up another one. So this one should be, I'm going for it in the middle. So that one is original 70s Fender copy pickups. These are actual 80s Fender pickups because it's from a Fender guitar. Okay, technically not from this exact Fender guitar, but yeah, so this is a 94 fotoflame. So these big chunks on it, you really don't want to know. But look at the amazing wood it's made of. It's basswood with it's a fotoflame. It's called FOTO. So it's a fujigen built guitar, but it's got a Fujifilm photograph of very exotic wood on it. So you can see no matter what angle you look at it at, the wood does that reflecty thing, but it's not, because it's just a photo of wood. And the problem is the body expands and contracts over the years and the photo doesn't, so they crack. So basically what I've done is I coloured in the bits. I actually just fitted a bit in there and tried to super glue bits it back down again, so it's got a couple of grotty bits, but I wanted to leave it, makes it more interesting. I could put a sticker over that one. You don't really see this one, but there's a bit of a nuggle. Anyway, I should have gone immediately onto the guitar so we could hear what the difference in sound was. We'll go to the neck. This one does have a position 4. Middle. And a bridge. similar to that one. Mind you, it's possible it's a fujigen built guitar, which is what this is, so it's possible it's actually the same rig or jig that the neck came off on. These are technically reissue necks, the ones that are on the two Japanese Fenders, because they actually say in the back, I can't remember what year it is, I think they did two different necks, and I thought it was, I think is it 62, the 58 and 62, something like that, and I thought the 58 one was the maple, the one-piece maple, and then the 62 was when I think the rosewood board came out in the original Fenders. But I think they're both stamped STD 62. I think they both are. So, but that one's maple. But it's definitely a copy of some Fender neck profile. This one obviously has a rosewood tone board, so that make a bit of a difference in the sound. Also, that one's got quite old strings on it. They're 9s with the original pickups in it. This has 9.5s on it, new ones, and I'd imagine more powerful pickups than that, although to be honest I don't think they sounded that different. And then this one, so we're now on a one-piece maple neck, which might be the best thing. Maybe that's where the tone's coming from. But it's got these, it's not because they're DiMarzios I'm interested, it's because they're noiseless DiMarzios. So these are stacked, you know, they're like basically, they're like Hot Rails, apart from they're wired in parallel, not in series, so they're hum cancelling, but they're not humbucking. Right, this has got a better bridge on it than those two already. No, it's got 10s on it, that's why. Yeah, so this has got 10s on it, so there's much more tension, and I think it's actually a bit easier to play. So, there's a difference. So I don't know what these pickups are going to sound like though. How, neck? I was going to say it sounds a little bit like we've got the tone control on, but the tone control was on. Four. It does sound. They do sound a little bit more muffled, don't they? Yeah, it's interesting. Bridge. This one feels, I'll tell you, those two, that one and the Tempest, are an awful lot more similar to each other than this one is. I think it's the 10s though, more than anything else. It's also, I suppose, it's got a different type of bridge. This has got a 2-point, so it maybe transfers. Also, this isn't a Fender body. Neither, mind you, that's not the white one's not even a Fender at all. The contours aren't quite the same on this. Whatever, this is just a copy of the body is. The rest of it's expensive stuff. Maybe I should. Maybe if I tune it, it'll sound a little bit better. But again, this is not touching anything on the amps or the pedals or anything. This is just straight in the way I was using it for the first one. So I did kind of fiddle about a wee bit when I was messing with the Tempest. So it was kind of set up for the Tempest, and then I went on to the other two guitars to see how they went. But sometimes it's it's a wee bit meatier sounding. It's kind of, if I was to believe what I read, it's kind of what I would say was the difference between a rosewood and a maple fingerboard, but the opposite way around between this and that. So this feels beefier, sounds a bit meatier and darker, whereas that one sounds more snappy and bright. So obviously you want maple for snappy and bright and rosewood for the darker. So there might be something else to it. The fact it's got 10s, the body wood might be different. And saying that, that's basswood. So there's probably more chance. Well, they didn't make the original American Fenders out of basswood, so there's more chance this is the same kind of wood, whether it's alder or ash or whatever it is, I don't know. Or it's not plywood, wood of some sort. So that's the bridge pickup. The bridge pickup doesn't seem that shrill. Neck. I'll leave the crackles in so that you can hear that it's definitely real. I'm not. That's me going from that to this. So I don't know what that's going to do. Is this going to sound very spanky and thin sounding? Is what I'm expecting. The neck positions. Aye. It doesn't sound anything like that one. And even then, the strings on this are a year old or 6 months old. That's the bridge. The neck will be super. The bridge will be super spiky. Woo! I think, to be honest, it kind of, in some ways, it has kind of gone the way I expect it to go. This is one take and all that. I don't obviously. I could have tried these out and set things up to make them all sound, and then probably force it into. I don't. They're three of my guitars. So. Basically, I kind of think to win, what I really want is them not all to be exactly the same. It'd be nice if there was an excuse for having this one. I just bought this because it was at a price that any one of you would probably have bought it, and you'd be like, "What the fuck have I just bought here?" I'm doing all right. How can this be the same price as a second-hand broken Squire? I'll do a proper video for, I don't know, tomorrow. I'm going to make tomorrow straturday a tone video. I won't talk as much pish. I've done videos on all these guitars when I got them. They've all been a wee bit modded. Oh, turning the wrong tuner, never good. Why is that not working? Just very trebly. This guitar's not been given a fair go either, because this has been sitting with no strings on it and for a year. I just stuck it back together again this morning. But yeah, so I've kind of gone off the DiMarzios a bit, to be honest. I do like this one. It's awful good. And I have to say, I don't really get any problems with noise anyway, which is the big thing with the DiMarzios, because I've already said earlier on, it's not really so much the fact that they're DiMarzios, it's more the fact that they're the stacked ones, so they're a different type of pickup, different principle. But if you're going to play a Strat, which was kind of what I very much thought when I got this one, it was like, oh my god, I swapped it for a guitar. I've never, it's like, wow, my first ever Fender guitar. Yeah, I've got a Fender bass, but I never had a Fender guitar before, so first real Fender. And I wanted it to be a Strat, and it totally, it's all the Strat. More so than what you get with, you know, like a modern cheaper guitar, even like the Squires, you know, the classic vibes and stuff like that. They are, and obviously everything Harley Benton, Sire, all that are all very kind of in the middle, so that everyone likes them. Whereas once you get back to this one, and more so with the early, I assume this is the same with the early Fenders, they're kind of weird. The Strats are very Stratty, whereas if you're buying like a modern £300 Fender or whatever it is, even to a certain extent, a little bit with the Mexican ones, it's like you're getting a guitar in the middle that everyone will like, so you're not going to get, you don't get that funny spikiness, you know what I mean? Which you get with these. That's why people change the pickups in. Like, I don't want that horrible jangly, you know, kind of. I want to use distortion, so I want powerful pickups. It's like the original ones didn't have that. So, I mean, for me, this just sounds like the way a Strat should sound. But does the jpax one now? I kind of I've intentionally not played this for a couple of days, so I had a sort of fresh ears coming in. Hopefully this is recording quite well as well. I don't have to do it again. It's nice, but it sounds, there's like a huge chunk missing, and you can hear the noise missing. I mean, it's totally clear. Just in 4. They're all awful good. To me, in my mind, there's something about this that feels more just the feel. It can only really be the neck, I suppose. The body, it feels less vintagey, even though it's actually older than that one. I think maybe those two are a bit more like the 57 Strat rather than the 62 Strat or whatever it is. Whatever one has got a slightly different profile. This has got a slightly different. It doesn't feel any. It doesn't. Oh, it's hard to describe. It's got a different character to it. And I'm sitting here trying not to be dissuaded or influenced by how much the pickups in this guitar cost. Each pickup cost more than that white guitar. So, you know, and I'm sitting here going up here. Did I like the sound of that guitar better than this stuff? Never mind the Fender Japan neck and all that stuff. I think it might change a little bit when I put distortion on. I think these might rock out, because that's what the Blazer does. The Blazer doesn't compete with that Strat, because I've done a video on that before, but I haven't done it once I've got the mic set up. But and it was really, or even I took it into the studio. And when you're playing through like the Sovtech with a bit of, you know, using my usual kind of that kind of sound, that was amazing, and it was better than the Strat. Also, I've just thought, I had no idea what pots I put in this. What pickups did I have in it originally? The two Japanese ones. I would have probably put the 250Ks in. I wonder if because they're technically humbuckers, should they have 500s? This guitar is awful good though. I think there's a lot to do with the guitars have just got, they've got so much personality and difference in them, and these three guitars are all different, the three Strats, and it's not, I haven't even mentioned the fact that didn't notice playing it, that this one and that, the two Fenders are both 7¼ inch radius fingerboards, and that's a 9.5 or a 10. I can't, to be honest, I don't think my gauges aren't accurate enough to say whether it's a 9.5 or a 10. But it's not a 7¼ it's a 9.5 or a 10. So that must make a difference, but it's not something that seems to affect it. The profiles on the three of them are all very similar. But it's amazing how they feel different. Okay, this one's they've got different bodies, but they're not that different, and it's just kind of like the things that are different about it was dead hard to pinpoint. It's not like an obvious thing, you know what I mean? Even though the pickups are different, but it just gives it a different sound, so you play it differently. This feels more, I don't know if it's poly, but don't know, or like a Schecter or one of these Super Strats. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to bother doing two videos. This will just be the one video. I will do another video where I'll do like a loop jam running through them all. I'm just doing it. This is basically the sort of thing I would have been doing anyway, even if I hadn't been videoing it. Just to sort of see what's going on. I mean, I'm going on with the distortion with this and see if it's that. Well, there's your noise, which is, it's there. Well, you can probably hear it because it's coming through. So there's the noise. There's no noise when I hold it up against the amp, so it's still. You can totally hear there's a thing missing, and I mean, they're noiseless, so you're trying to get rid of the noise. I think the thing is the noise. But the other two, the ones with the normal pickups in it, have got like a high-pitched, twangy thing, which is partly composed of noise, but it's also got some note in there. The noise is obviously much bigger, and yeah, those other pickups weren't doing that. But see, it's almost like it's got a sort of Or is the rat pedal distorting the noise? Is that what's happening? I think if you did one of your Anderton's blindfold challenge and you play those 3 guitars to me and say which one's not a Strat, that's the one I would listen to. Or if you gave me any 2 of them, any one of either of these 2 up against that and said which one of these 2 is a Strat, be one of these 2. I didn't say which one sounded better. I said which one sounded more like a Strat, and it wasn't that one. Those DiMarzio. So I'm going to say that there's not enough difference in the guitar, although as I said, technically the body's not a Fender, but this is basswood anyway, and that's more. There's a fair chance that that's alder, or what the other things they make Fenders out of, ash. It's possible. It's not plywood, so it's wood. This is basswood, which, mind you, what's a real Fender? No, this is, because it's Fender Stratocaster. There was a point when they didn't actually make American Fenders; they only made Japanese ones. In about 85 or 86 or something like that, when they were moving factory, or somebody bought them over or something. There was like a year where there was just basically Fender had to just like kind of move factory, and it's like, so the Fender Strats were all Japanese and cheaper. I think there might be a slightly different contour in this one. It seems to be a bit closer to you. I think it's maybe a bit more contour. I feel like I'm kind of leaning over the top of it, and I'm kind of looking directly down at the neck more on this guitar, rather than looking at the back of the neck. I like all 3 of these guitars. They're all keepers. Although probably sell that one once it becomes worth enough money. Being jpax #1. Oh, where's the thing? I wonder if it's actually going to work. My super light up pen. It was sitting about a minute ago. Where was it? There it is. Just to see if it works with in a video. If I turn off, even if I turn off nothing, does it light up? Not really. It doesn't really work, does it? If I turn off, make it a bit darker. Well, I suppose technically you can't see those guitars now, so what happens? Is it actually going to light up? Sort of. Yeah, okay. I'm not very impressed with that. That one there is pretty cool though, because you can see it's green. No, the light's not working. Well, it's worth a go. They look great in person. I might need to do a bit of setting things up a little bit differently. You can see that guitar there's clearly red, but when you shine that light on it, it goes green. But you can't. Maybe it's because of the angle I'm shining it at. Anyhow, there you go, half an hour, so it's one video. Happy Straturday. Whether I put it out tonight, because today is actually Friday, but so it might be out today, maybe out tomorrow. And I'll do some sort of loop thing. I'll work out some song to play that's got a solo in it, and then I'll try and do it. The other video, I look kind of ill. Why are my lips looking black? It can't be the lipstick. It was guaranteed that was going to wash off. Rock on.